Welcome to a new Sleep Dive episode.
This time we're learning about fast like a girl.
So close your eyes and settle in. Get ready to learn as you drift off to sleep.
That's right. Tonight we're going to build a memory palace. It's a really powerful technique for remembering information.
Okay.
We're going to be using vivid images in specific locations, almost like turning your mind into a map where you can store key insights from the book.
Like creating our own mental library.
Yeah.
But instead of shelves, we have stops on a familiar route.
Exactly.
Cool.
And for this journey, we're going to be using the San Francisco Big Bus Tour as our foundation. Each stop is going to become a room in our memory palace.
Okay.
Filled with these memorable images representing concepts from the book.
Okay, let's start building this. Imagine yourself on the big bus, bright and early, ready for an adventure. Our first stop location number 1 is Fisherman's Wharf.
Feel that cool, salty air on your skin. Hear those sea lions barking, the boats clanging in the harbor, and that unmistakable smell of fresh seafood. That's Fisherman's Wharf.
Now, right there on the pier picture, a giant plate piled high with fried food. It's overflowing with French fries, chicken nuggets, donuts, all cooked in those bad oils Dr. Pelz talks about. Corn canola and soybean oil.
And here's where it gets interesting. Imagine those sea lions, normally so eager for a snack, are turning their noses up at this feast. They're demanding healthy fats, avocados, olives, maybe even a wild-caught salmon.
They know those bad oils can disrupt hormone balance, a key point that Dr. Pelz emphasizes. So we've linked location 1, Fisherman's Wharf, with the concept of choosing healthy fats over those that can interfere with our hormones.
Next, the bus takes us to location number 2, the Civic Center, Moscone Center.
This area is always bustling with activity.
Mm-hmm.
Picture the grand architecture, the busy streets, crowds rushing in and out of conferences.
Now zoom in on one particular conference that's happening right inside the Moscone Center. It's packed with women just radiating energy and confidence. They're all in the power phase of their cycle, as Dr. Pelz calls it. And guess what the conference is about?
Intermittent fasting. Like, they instinctively know this part of their cycle. When estrogen is higher, is the perfect time to harness the benefits of fasting.
Exactly. So location 2, the Civic Center, becomes our reminder of the power phase and how it aligns with intermittent fasting for women.
All right, back on the bus. We're heading toward the Golden Gate Bridge, our location number 3.
As you approach the bridge, imagine its massive steel beams are actually made of something different: lean muscle.
The entire bridge, shimmering in the sunlight, is a testament to the power of protein and building muscle mass, which Dr. Pelz emphasizes how crucial this is for women's health, especially as we age.
So every time you see that iconic Golden Gate Bridge, remember, strong bridge, strong body. Protein is key.
Okay, next up, the bus is taking us on a detour down the most crooked street in the world, Lombard Street, our location number 4.
Imagine yourself driving down this winding road, and each sharp turn represents a spike in your blood sugar. You feel that jolt, that unsteady feeling as you navigate each bend.
And as you drive, you start noticing all these tempting treats lining the street. Sugary donuts, candy shops, bakeries overflowing with pastries. Those represent the processed foods and refined sugars that Dr. Pelz says can send our blood sugar levels on a roller coaster.
So Lombard Street becomes a reminder to steer clear of those sugary temptations and keep our blood sugar stable.
All right, ready for some tranquility? Our next stop is location number 5, the Majestic Palace of Fine Arts.
As you step off the bus, picture a single cell, glowing with health and vitality. It's undergoing autophagy, the cellular cleaning process that Dr. Pelz says is boosted by fasting.
It's like this beautiful building. The Palace of Fine Arts is a spa for our cells, rejuvenating and renewing them from the inside out.
This image helps us remember that fasting can trigger this essential process, cleaning out cellular debris and promoting longevity.
Our bus tour continues, and we find ourselves at location number 6, the vibrant neighborhood of North Beach, known for its Italian heritage, lively cafes, and charming bookstores.
Imagine yourself browsing a cozy bookstore and coming across a book titled The Microbiome Whisperer.
The title reminds us of Dr. Pelz's emphasis on the gut microbiome, our inner garden, and its importance for overall health.
And look closer. The shelves of the bookstore are overflowing with colorful fruits, vegetables, and jars of fermented goodness.
It's a visual reminder of the prebiotic, probiotic, and polyphenol-rich foods Dr. Pelz recommends for nourishing our gut bacteria.
As we leave the bustling North Beach, we arrive at location number 7, the heart of San Francisco's shopping district, Union Square.
Picture yourself in the middle of Union Square, surrounded by a diverse crowd of people, all shapes, sizes, and backgrounds.
This reminds us of the diversity of bacteria in a healthy gut microbiome, just like Dr. Pelz describes. Just like this bustling square, our gut thrives on a variety of good bacteria.
Next, the bus takes us to location number 8, Chinatown, a vibrant tapestry of sights, sounds, and of course, amazing food.
As you walk through Chinatown, take a deep breath and imagine smelling all sorts of delicious spices. cloves, turmeric, ginger, cinnamon.
It's a sensory reminder that these spices not only add flavor, but also offer powerful polyphenols, which Dr. Pelz highlights as being beneficial for our health.
And remember, Dr. Pelz encourages us to incorporate these polyphenol-rich foods into our diet.
Next up is location number 9, Pier 39, home to those famous barking sea lions and stunning views of Alcatraz Island.
Picture those sea lions balancing balls on their noses, just like we need to balance our hormones.
It's a playful image, but it reminds us that hormonal balance is crucial for overall well-being. And Dr. Pelz shows us how fasting can play a role in achieving that balance.
Right, and don't forget, Dr. Pelz explains how to tailor your fasting approach to the different phases of your menstrual cycle.
Our bus rolls on, and we find ourselves at location number 10, the Japanese tea garden, a tranquil oasis of beauty and serenity.
As you stroll through the peaceful garden, imagine sipping a cup of calming chamomile tea. It's just like the soothing effects of the hormone progesterone.
This serene image helps us connect the calming properties of chamomile tea to the calming effects of progesterone, which is essential for mood, sleep, and menstrual cycle regularity.
Yes. And remember, Dr. Pelz suggests avoiding long fasts during the week before your period to support progesterone levels.
Next, we arrive at location number 11, Alamo Square. Known for those iconic painted ladies, Victorian houses, and a stunning view of the city skyline.
Imagine each painted lady representing a different phase of a woman's menstrual cycle, with unique colors and features that reflect the hormonal shifts throughout the month.
This visual helps us remember the cyclical nature of our hormones and how our fasting approach, as Dr. Pelz advises, can be adjusted to support each phase.
Precisely. Now let's continue our journey and arrive at location number 12, Haight-Ashbury, the birthplace of the counterculture movement in the 1960s.
Picture yourself walking down Haight Street surrounded by tie-dye clothing and peace signs, representing the need to break free from conventional dieting rules and embrace a fasting approach that works for you.
That's right. This image encourages us to challenge those one-size-fits-all approaches to health and personalize our fasting journey based on our individual needs and hormonal rhythms.
Our bus continues on and we find ourselves at location number 13. Golden Gate Park, a sprawling urban oasis filled with museums, gardens, and recreational activities.
As you wander through the park, visualize stumbling upon a hidden grove where a group of women is practicing yoga and deep breathing exercises.
This scene embodies the importance of stress management and mindfulness in supporting our hormones and overall health, just like Dr. Pelz suggests.
Exactly. And Dr. Pelz highlights how stress can impact our hormonal balance and emphasizes the need for self-care practices like yoga and meditation.
Our next stop is location number 14, the California Academy of Sciences, a world-renowned natural history museum and research institution.
Imagine yourself exploring the Academy's exhibits, learning about the fascinating science behind autophagy and metabolic switching.
This reminds us that there's a scientific basis for the benefits of fasting, and we can deepen our understanding through research and education.
Yes, and remember, Dr. Pelz dives deep into the science behind fasting, explaining how it impacts our cells' hormones and overall health.
All right, we're heading to location number 15, the DeYoung Museum, a fine arts museum showcasing a diverse collection of paintings, sculptures, and textiles.
As you admire the artwork, imagine yourself seeing a stunning tapestry depicting a woman's body, with intricate details that symbolize her hormones and menstrual cycle.
This beautiful imagery reminds us that our bodies are works of art, and understanding our hormonal rhythms, as Dr. Pelz teaches, can help us appreciate and care for ourselves more deeply.
Absolutely. Now let's continue our exploration and arrive at location number 16. The Legion of Honor, a stunning neoclassical Beaux-Arts building housing a museum of fine arts.
Imagine yourself standing in front of a majestic sculpture of a woman, radiating strength, resilience, and inner peace.
This symbolizes the empowerment that comes from understanding and embracing our female physiology, something Dr. Pelz emphasizes throughout. Fast like a girl.
Exactly. And Dr. Pelz emphasizes that fasting is not about deprivation, but rather about harnessing the power of our bodies to heal and thrive. Now, our tour takes us to location number 17, the Presidio Promenade Trail, offering breathtaking views of the Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz Island, and the San Francisco Bay.
As you hike along the trail, imagine yourself feeling energized and invigorated, just like the feeling of clarity and focus that often accompanies a fasted state.
This picturesque scene helps us associate fasting with feelings of vitality and mental sharpness.
Right. And remember, Dr. Pelz discusses how fasting can boost our cognitive function and improve our mood.
Our next stop is location number 18, Fort Point, a historic military fortification located at the base of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Imagine yourself exploring the fort's tunnels, and imagining those tunnels representing our detox pathways, like our liver, kidneys, and lymphatic system.
This unique visualization reminds us that fasting can support our body's natural detoxification processes.
Exactly. And Dr. Pelz provides tips on how to optimize our detoxification pathways and minimize any potential discomfort during fasting.
Now we're at location number 19, Baker Beach. a picturesque stretch of coastline known for its stunning views of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Imagine yourself walking along Baker Beach, feeling the sand beneath your feet, and breathing in the fresh ocean air. Just like the feeling of grounding and connection that can come from tuning into our bodies and hormonal rhythms.
This peaceful imagery emphasizes the importance of self-care and listening to our body's cues, especially when it comes to fasting.
Yes, and remember, Dr. Pelz encourages us to experiment and find a fasting approach that feels sustainable and supportive.
Our tour continues as we head to location number 20, the Sutro Baths, the ruins of a once grand public bathhouse complex.
Picture yourself exploring the Sutro Baths ruins, imagining them as a representation of old beliefs and habits we might need to let go of as we embrace a new approach to health through fasting.
This powerful image encourages us to shed those outdated ideas and embrace a more personalized and empowering approach to our well-being.
Precisely. Now let's continue our journey and arrive at location number 21. Land's End, a scenic park offering stunning views of the Pacific Ocean.
Imagine yourself standing at Land's End, feeling the wind in your hair and the vastness of the ocean before you, representing the limitless potential that lies within us when we unlock the power of our bodies through fasting.
This breathtaking scene helps us visualize the transformative possibilities that fasting can open up, allowing us to tap into our inner strength and resilience.
Our next stop is location number 22, Ocean Beach, a dramatic stretch of coastline known for its powerful waves and rugged beauty.
As you walk along Ocean Beach, imagine those waves washing away any negative thoughts or limiting beliefs that might be holding you back from embracing a fasting lifestyle.
This cleansing imagery reminds us that we can release those doubts and embrace the positive changes that fasting can bring.
Exactly. And remember, Dr. Pelz encourages us to approach fasting with a positive mindset and focus on the incredible benefits it can offer. Now our tour takes us back to location number 23, Golden Gate Park, a sprawling urban oasis filled with gardens, museums, and recreational activities, but this time we're focusing on a different area.
Imagine yourself wandering through the park's lush Japanese tea garden, a tranquil oasis of beauty and serenity.
As you stroll through the peaceful garden, imagine sipping a cup of calming chamomile tea, just like the soothing effects of the hormone progesterone.
This serene image helps us link the calming properties of chamomile tea to the calming effects of progesterone, which is essential for mood, sleep, and menstrual cycle regularity.
Yes, and remember, Dr. Pelz suggests avoiding long fasts during the week before your period to support progesterone levels.
Next, we're heading to location number 24, the California Academy of Sciences, a world-renowned natural history museum and research institution. We've been here before, but this time we're going to explore a different exhibit.
Imagine yourself exploring the Academy's exhibits, learning about the fascinating science behind autophagy and metabolic switching.
This reminds us that there's a scientific basis for the benefits of fasting, and we can deepen our understanding through research and education.
Yes, and remember, Dr. Pelz dives deep into the science behind fasting, explaining how it impacts our cells, hormones, and overall health.
All right, we're making our way to location number 25, the Japanese Tea Garden, a serene oasis within Golden Gate Park. We're revisiting this tranquil spot, but this time we'll focus on a different aspect.
As you enter the garden, picture a gentle stream flowing through it, representing the smooth flow of energy we can experience when our hormones are balanced.
This peaceful image reminds us that fasting can help regulate our hormones and promote a sense of inner harmony.
Yes, and remember, Dr. Pelz explains how to tailor your fasting approach to the different phases of your menstrual cycle.
Our next stop is location number 26, Alamo Square, known for its iconic painted ladies, Victorian houses, and a stunning view of the city's skyline. We're back at this picturesque location, but we'll be focusing on a different detail.
Imagine each painted lady representing a different type of healthy fat, like avocados, olives, nuts, and seeds, all dressed up in vibrant colors and intricate details.
This whimsical image reminds us to include a variety of healthy fats in our diet to support our hormonal health and keep us feeling satisfied.
Exactly. And don't forget, Dr. Pelz emphasizes that healthy fats are essential for hormone production and overall well-being.
Okay, our tour continues as we approach location number 27, the De Young Museum, a fine arts museum showcasing a diverse collection of paintings, sculptures, and textiles. We're back at this artistic haven, but with a new focus.
As you admire the artwork, imagine yourself seeing a series of abstract paintings, each one representing a different emotion we might experience throughout our menstrual cycle, with colors and textures that reflect those shifting feelings.
This artistic visualization reminds us that our emotions are connected to our hormonal fluctuations, and it's okay to experience a range of feelings throughout the month.
Yes, and remember, Dr. Pelz encourages us to honor our emotions and practice self-care during those times when we might feel more sensitive or irritable. Now let's head to location number 28, the Legion of Honor, a stunning neoclassical Beaux-Arts building housing a museum of fine arts. We're revisiting this grand museum, but this time we'll experience it from a different perspective.
Picture yourself standing in front of a majestic sculpture of a woman, her arms outstretched, symbolizing the freedom and empowerment we can experience when we break free from restrictive dieting rules and embrace a more intuitive approach to nourishing our bodies.
This empowering image reminds us that fasting is not about deprivation, but rather about connecting with our inner wisdom and making choices that support our overall well-being.
Now our tour takes us to location number 29, the Presidio Promenade Trail, offering breathtaking views of the Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz Island, and the San Francisco Bay. We're back on this scenic trail, but this time we'll focus on a different aspect.
As you hike along the trail, imagine yourself feeling strong and capable, just like the feeling of accomplishment that comes from completing a fast and honoring your body's natural rhythms.
This picturesque scene helps us associate fasting with feelings of strength and resilience.
Right, and remember, Dr. Pelz discusses how fasting can boost our energy levels and improve our mental clarity.
Our next stop is location number 30, Fort Point, a historic military fortification located at the base of the Golden Gate Bridge. We're back at this historical site, but this time we're going to explore it with a fresh perspective.
Imagine yourself exploring the fort's dark, cool chambers, imagining them as a representation of the deep inner peace and stillness we can cultivate through mindfulness practices like meditation.
This unique visualization reminds us that incorporating mindfulness into our fasting journey can enhance our experience and deepen our connection to ourselves.
Exactly. And Dr. Pelz highlights the importance of tuning in to our inner wisdom and cultivating a sense of presence during our fasting journey.
Now we're at location number 31, Baker Beach, a picturesque stretch of coastline known for its stunning views of the Golden Gate Bridge. We're back at this beautiful beach, but this time we'll see it with new eyes.
Imagine yourself walking along Baker Beach, collecting smooth, colorful stones, each one representing a different healthy habit we can incorporate into our daily lives to support our fasting journey, like getting enough sleep, managing stress, and staying hydrated.
This engaging imagery reminds us that small, consistent actions can make a big difference in our overall health and well-being.
Yes, and remember, Dr. Pelz emphasizes the importance of a holistic approach to health, integrating healthy habits into our fasting lifestyle. Our tour continues as we head to location number 32, the Sutro Baths, the ruins of a once grand public bathhouse complex. We're back at this historical site, but this time we'll focus on a different aspect.
Picture yourself exploring the Sutro Baths ruins, noticing the resilience of nature as plants grow through the cracks and crevices, symbolizing our own ability to heal and thrive even in the face of challenges.
This inspiring image reminds us of the incredible power of our bodies to regenerate and renew themselves, especially when we support them through fasting.
All right, we're heading to location number 33, Land's End, a scenic park offering stunning views of the Pacific Ocean. We're revisiting this breathtaking spot, but this time we'll focus on a different detail.
Imagine yourself standing at Land's End, feeling a sense of gratitude for your body and all that it does for you, appreciating its wisdom and resilience.
This heartfelt visualization encourages us to cultivate a sense of appreciation for our bodies and honor their needs through mindful fasting.
Yes, and remember, Dr. Pelz emphasizes the importance of self-love and acceptance as we embark on our fasting journey. Our next stop is location number 34, Ocean Beach, a dramatic stretch of coastline known for its powerful waves and rugged beauty. We're back at this powerful beach, but this time we'll experience it in a new way.
As you walk along Ocean Beach, imagine those waves crashing against the shore, representing the release of any negative emotions or limiting beliefs that might be holding us back from fully embracing the power of fasting.
This cleansing imagery reminds us that we can let go of those doubts and step into a new level of health and vitality.
Now we're making our way to location number 35, the Japanese Tea Garden, a serene oasis within Golden Gate Park. We're back at this tranquil garden, but this time we'll focus on a different aspect.
As you enter the garden, imagine the delicate cherry blossom trees in full bloom, representing the beauty and strength that can blossom within us when we prioritize self-care and nourishment.
This inspiring image encourages us to embrace the transformative potential of fasting and nurture our bodies with love and intention.
Yes, and remember, Dr. Pelz highlights the importance of listening to our body's cues and honoring our individual needs as we integrate fasting into our lives. Our next stop is location number 36, Alamo Square. Known for its iconic painted ladies, Victorian houses, and a stunning view of the city's skyline, we're revisiting this picturesque spot but with a new focus.
Imagine each painted lady representing a different stage of life, from youth to menopause, showcasing the beauty and wisdom that each stage holds.
This diverse imagery reminds us that fasting can support us throughout our lives, adapting to our changing needs and hormonal shifts.
Okay, our tour continues as we approach location number 37, the De Young Museum, a fine arts museum showcasing a diverse collection of paintings, sculptures, and textiles. We're back at this artistic haven, but with a fresh perspective.
As you admire the artwork, imagine yourself seeing a vibrant tapestry depicting a community of women supporting each other on their health journeys, sharing knowledge, encouragement, and inspiration.
This heartwarming visualization reminds us that we are not alone on our fasting journey, and we can find strength and support in community.
Yes, and remember, Dr. Pell's emphasizes the importance of connecting with others and building a supportive network as we navigate the world of fasting.
Next, we're heading to location number 38, the Legion of Honor, a stunning neoclassical Beaux-Arts building housing a museum of fine arts. We're revisiting this grand museum, but this time we'll focus on a different aspect.
Picture yourself standing in the museum's grand hall, feeling a sense of awe and inspiration as you realize the incredible power within you to heal and thrive.
This empowering image encourages us to embrace our inner strength and resilience as we embark on our fasting journey.
Now our tour takes us to location number 39, the Presidio Promenade Trail, offering breathtaking views of the Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz Island, and the San Francisco Bay. We're back on the scenic trail, but this time we'll experience it in a new way.
As you hike along the trail, visualize yourself feeling energized and alive. Your sense is heightened as you take in the beauty of your surroundings.
This invigorating scene helps us associate fasting with increased vitality and a deeper connection to our bodies and the world around us.
Our next stop is location number 40, Fort Point, a historic military fortification located at the base of the Golden Gate Bridge. We're back at this historical site, but this time we'll see it with new eyes.
Imagine yourself exploring the fort's intricate architecture, noticing the strength and stability of its construction, just like the inner strength and resilience we can build through fasting.
This symbolic imagery reminds us that fasting can help us fortify our bodies and minds, enhancing our ability to withstand challenges.
Now we're at location number 41, Baker Beach, a picturesque stretch of coastline known for its stunning views of the Golden Gate Bridge. We're back at this beautiful beach, but this time we'll focus on a different detail.
Imagine yourself walking along Baker Beach, noticing the smooth, round stones that have been shaped by the ocean's tides, representing the gradual yet transformative changes that fasting can bring to our bodies and minds.
This gentle imagery reminds us that patience and consistency are key on our fasting journey, and the positive changes will unfold over time.
Our tour continues as we head to location number 42, the Sutro Baths, the ruins of a once grand public bathhouse complex. We're back at this historical site, but this time we'll experience it from a different perspective.
Picture yourself exploring the Sutro Baths ruins, noticing how nature has reclaimed the space, transforming it into a beautiful and unique landscape.
This inspiring imagery reminds us that fasting can help us reconnect with our natural rhythms and embrace the transformative power of change.
All right, we're heading to location number 43, Land's End, a scenic park offering stunning views of the Pacific Ocean. We're revisiting this breathtaking spot, but this time we'll focus on a different aspect.
Imagine yourself standing at Land's End, feeling a sense of spaciousness and clarity as you gaze out at the vast horizon.
This expansive scene helps us associate fasting with mental clarity, a sense of perspective, and a deeper connection to our inner wisdom.
Our next stop is location number 44, Ocean Beach, a dramatic stretch of coastline known for its powerful waves and rugged beauty. We're back at this powerful beach, but this time we'll see it with new eyes.
As you walk along Ocean Beach, visualize yourself feeling grounded and centered, your feet firmly planted on the sand, just like the feeling of stability and balance that fasting can bring to our lives.
Now we're making our way to location number 45, the Palace of Fine Arts.
As you stand before this architectural masterpiece, visualize your body as a temple, worthy of respect, care, and nourishment.
This empowering image encourages us to treat our bodies with reverence and make choices that support our overall well-being, including embracing the power of fasting.
Yes, and remember, Dr. Pell's emphasizes the importance of self-love and acceptance as we embark on our fasting journey. Now let's continue on to location number 46, the Exploratorium, a hands-on science museum.
Imagine yourself engaging with the interactive exhibits, learning about the fascinating workings of the human body, and how fasting can influence our biology.
This reminds us that there's a scientific basis for the benefits of fasting, and we can deepen our understanding through exploration and discovery.
Okay, our next stop is location number 47, Pier 39. A bustling waterfront marketplace known for its shops, restaurants, and those famous sunbathing sea lions. We've been here before, but this time we'll focus on a different aspect.
Picture yourself strolling through Pier 39, noticing the energy and excitement of the crowd, just like the feeling of vitality and enthusiasm we can experience when our bodies are functioning optimally.
This vibrant scene helps us associate fasting with increased energy and a zest for life.
Right, and remember, Dr. Pels discusses how fasting can improve our mood, boost our cognitive function, and enhance our overall well-being.
All right, we're heading to location number 48, Coit Tower, a historic landmark offering panoramic views of the city and bay.
Imagine yourself ascending Coit Tower each step, representing a small, positive change we can make in our lives to support our fasting journey. Whether it's choosing healthier foods, managing stress, or incorporating mindfulness practices.
This symbolic imagery reminds us that consistent effort, even in small increments, can lead to significant progress over time.
Yes, and remember, Dr. Pels encourages us to celebrate our successes along the way and focus on the positive changes we're making. Our next stop is location number 49, Lombard Street, the famously crooked street that attracts visitors from around the world. We've been here before, but this time we'll see it with new eyes.
Imagine yourself navigating the twists and turns of Lombard Street, representing the journey of discovering what works best for you on your fasting path.
This playful image reminds us that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to fasting, and it's about finding a rhythm that feels sustainable and supportive for our individual needs and preferences.
Now we're heading to location number 50, Ghirardelli Square, a historic chocolate factory turned into a charming marketplace.
As you walk through Ghirardelli Square, imagine yourself resisting the temptation of sugary treats and choosing to nourish your body with healthier options that support your fasting goals.
This symbolic act of self-control reminds us that we have the power to make choices that align with our health and well-being.
Exactly. And don't forget, Dr. Pelz emphasizes the importance of mindful eating and being aware of how different foods impact our bodies.
Now we've completed our initial tour of the 50 main locations in our San Francisco Memory Palace. But we can actually add even more detail by creating what are called multi-loci.
That's right. Think of it like adding rooms within each stop on our tour. So at location number 1, Fisherman's Wharf, we already have the main image of the sea lions rejecting the bad oils. But we can add more detail by picturing, say, 3 different sea lions, each representing a specific type of healthy fat.
So one sea lion could be happily munching on an avocado, another could be juggling olives, and the third could be diving into the ocean to catch a wild-caught salmon.
Exactly. This adds another layer of richness to our memory palace, helping us remember even more specific details from Fast Like a Girl. We can do this at any location, creating multiple rooms filled with vivid imagery.
For example, at location number 2, the Civic Center, we could imagine 3 different conference rooms within the Moscone Center, each one focusing on a different aspect of the power phase.
One room could be filled with women sharing success stories about intermittent fasting during this time. Another could be a workshop on cycle syncing workouts. And the third could be a scientific lecture on the hormonal changes that occur during the power phase.
This way we can build a truly comprehensive memory palace that covers all the key insights from the book.
And the best part is, as you drift off to sleep tonight, you can start mentally walking through this memory palace, revisiting each location and recalling the vivid images we've created.
This will help solidify the connections between the locations and the concepts, making it easier to recall the information when you need it.
Exactly. It's like taking a mental stroll through your own personalized library of knowledge.
I love that analogy. Okay, so let's practice. We're back on the big bus, and our first stop is Fisherman's Wharf. What do we see there?
We see a giant plate of fried food overflowing with those unhealthy oils, but the sea lions are refusing to touch it. They're demanding healthy fats like avocados, olives, and wild-caught salmon.
Right, they instinctively know those bad oils can disrupt hormone balance. And that's one of Dr. Pelz's key points. Choosing the right fats is crucial for women's hormonal health.
Next stop, the Civic Center. What's happening inside the Moscone Center?
Ah, yes. A conference filled with energized women in their power phase. They're all about intermittent fasting and reaping the benefits of that higher estrogen phase.
That's it. We've linked that location to the concept of the power phase and how it can be a powerful time for fasting. What's next on our Memory Palace tour?
The Golden Gate Bridge, of course. But it's not made of steel, is it?
Not this time. We've transformed those beams into pure lean muscle, symbolizing the importance of protein and building muscle mass, especially for women.
So, strong bridge, strong body. Now I'm feeling a bit carsick because we're winding our way down.
Lombard Street. And with every sharp turn, we're reminded of the blood sugar spikes that can come from those tempting processed foods and refined sugars.
So Lombard Street becomes a reminder to choose foods that keep our blood sugar stable and avoid those sugary temptations. Where does the bus take us next?
To the Palace of Fine Arts. But instead of admiring the architecture, we're zooming in on a single cell glowing with health. It's undergoing autophagy, that cellular cleaning process that Dr. Pell says is boosted by fasting.
Right, the Palace of Fine Arts becomes our symbol for cellular rejuvenation, reminding us that fasting can help our bodies clear out the debris and function more efficiently. What's next on our mental tour?
We're heading to North Beach, where we stumble upon a charming bookstore. But it's not just any bookstore. This one's all about the microbiome.
Ah, yes, the microbiome whisperer. The shelves are stocked with colorful fruits, vegetables, and fermented foods, all the things that nourish our inner garden.
Exactly, and then as we walk through bustling Union Square, we see a reflection of that diversity in the faces around us.
Just like a healthy gut, a thriving community needs variety. Now our senses are tingling as we arrive in
Chinatown. We're surrounded by the aromas of cloves, turmeric, ginger, all those spices that Dr. Pell says are packed with health-boosting polyphenols.
It's a reminder to spice up our lives literally. Adding those flavors to our meals can also benefit our health. Okay, back on the bus, and we're heading to go.
Pier 39. But this time it's not the shops or restaurants that grab our attention. It's those sea lions balancing balls on their noses.
A playful reminder of the importance of hormonal balance, something Dr. Pelz addresses in detail. Fasting can play a role in achieving that balance, can it?
Absolutely, and it's important to remember that Dr. Pelz emphasizes tailoring your fasting approach to your specific cycle. Speaking of which, our next stop is perfect for that.
The Japanese tea garden. As we sip calming chamomile tea, we visualize the soothing effects of progesterone. That hormone that Dr. Pell says is especially important to support in the days leading up to our period.
Exactly. Avoiding those longer fasts in the premenstrual phase can help keep progesterone levels balanced. Now, as our bus continues on, we find ourselves at
Alamo Square. And those charming painted ladies, each one a different color and style, remind us of the different phases of a woman's cycle.
Each phase has its unique needs and responds to fasting in its own way. Dr. Pells provides specific guidance for each, helping women optimize their fasting approach throughout their cycle. Where does our journey take us next?
We're feeling a bit rebellious as we pull up to
Haight-Ashbury, the birthplace of the counterculture. This location reminds us that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to fasting, especially for women. We can break free from those rigid dieting rules and embrace a fasting style that honors our individual needs and rhythms.
It's about finding what truly works for you and your body. Speaking of which, we're in need of some fresh air and wide open spaces. Our bus is heading to
Golden Gate Park. As we stroll through the park, we stumble upon a hidden grove where a group of women is practicing yoga and deep breathing exercises.
It's a reminder that stress management and mindfulness are key for hormonal balance. Something Dr. Pells emphasizes in Fast Like a Girl. Stress can really throw our hormones out of whack, can't it?
Absolutely, and Dr. Pells highlights the importance of self-care practices like yoga meditation and spending time in nature to help manage stress and support overall hormonal health.
All right, time for a dose of science. We're heading back to the
California Academy of Sciences. But this time, we're not just walking through the exhibits, we're diving deep into the science behind autophagy and metabolic switching.
It's fascinating to learn about the actual biological processes at play when we fast. Dr. Pells explains it all so clearly in the book, doesn't she?
She does, and understanding the science can help us appreciate the profound impact fasting can have on our health. Speaking of appreciating beauty, our next stop takes us back to
The De Young Museum. But this time, we're focusing on a specific piece of art. A stunning tapestry depicting a woman's body intricately woven with details that symbolize her hormones and menstrual cycle.
It's a beautiful reminder that our bodies are works of art deserving of respect and care. Understanding our hormonal rhythms, as Dr. Pells teaches, can help us appreciate and nourish ourselves more deeply.
Absolutely. And speaking of empowerment, our next stop is
The Legion of Honor. As we stand before a majestic sculpture of a woman radiating strength and inner peace, we remember the power that comes from understanding and embracing our female physiology.
Dr. Pells encourages us to view fasting not as deprivation, but as a way to harness our body's natural ability to heal and thrive.
Exactly. Now, ready for some fresh air and stunning views?
Always. Where are we headed this time?
Back to the Presidio Promenade Trail, with its breathtaking panoramas of the Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz Island, and the San Francisco Bay.
As we hike along the trail, we feel that same sense of energy and invigoration that often comes with a fasted state.
Dr. Pells explains how fasting can boost our cognitive function, improve our mood, and increase our mental clarity. It's like our senses are heightened, making the experience even more vibrant.
Okay, time for a little history lesson. We're back at
Fort Point. But instead of exploring the historical aspect, we're visualizing those dark tunnels as representations of our body's detoxification pathways.
It's a unique way to think about it. Fasting can support those natural detoxification processes, can't it?
It can, and Dr. Pells provides guidance on how to optimize those pathways and minimize any potential discomfort during fasting. Speaking of feeling good, we're heading back to the coast to
Baker Beach, of course. And what are we doing there this time?
This time we're collecting smooth, colorful stones along the beach. Each one represents a healthy habit we can incorporate into our daily lives to support our fasting journey.
Things like getting enough sleep, managing stress, staying hydrated. All those little things that Dr. Pells says can make a big difference in our overall well-being.
Exactly. It's about taking a holistic approach to health and integrating those healthy habits into our fasting lifestyle.
Okay, this next stop might seem a little melancholy, but it's actually quite inspiring. We're heading back to the UEC.
Sutro baths. As we explore the ruins of this once grand bathhouse complex, we notice how nature has reclaimed the space, transforming it into something beautiful and unique.
It's a powerful reminder that even in the face of challenges, we have the ability to heal, grow, and thrive. Fasting can support that process, can it?
Absolutely. It can help us reconnect with our natural rhythms and embrace the transformative power of change.
Now we're heading to a spot that always evokes a sense of awe and possibility.
Land's End. Standing at the edge of the continent with the vast Pacific Ocean stretching out before us, we feel a sense of limitless potential.
It's a beautiful visual representation of the transformative possibilities that fasting can unlock.
Dr. Pells emphasizes that fasting can help us tap into our inner strength and resilience, empowering us to create positive change in our lives.
And speaking of powerful forces, our next stop takes us to
Ocean Beach. As those waves crash against the shore, we visualize them washing away any negative thoughts or limiting beliefs that might be holding us back from fully embracing the power of fasting.
It's a cleansing image, reminding us to release those doubts and embrace the positive changes that fasting can bring.
Now we're heading back to one of our favorite serene spots.
The Japanese tea garden. But this time, it's those delicate cherry blossom trees in full bloom that catch our eye.
They represent the beauty and strength that can blossom within us when we prioritize self-care and nourishment.
Dr. Pels reminds us to listen to our body's cues and honor our individual needs as we integrate fasting into our lives.
Speaking of honoring our individual needs, our next stop takes us back to
Alamo Square. But this time, those painted ladies take on a new meaning. Each one represents a different stage of life, from youth to menopause.
It's a visual reminder that fasting can support us throughout our lives, adapting to our changing needs and hormonal shifts.
All right, ready for another dose of art and inspiration? We're back at
The D. Young Museum. And this time, we're drawn to a vibrant tapestry depicting a community of women supporting each other on their health journeys.
It's a heartwarming reminder that we're not alone on this path. Dr. Pels emphasizes the importance of connecting with others and building a supportive network as we navigate the world of fasting.
Absolutely. And now let's step back into the grandeur of
The Legion of Honor.
Standing in the museum's grand hall, we feel a sense of awe and inspiration as we realize the incredible power within us to heal and thrive.
It's a powerful reminder that we have the ability to make choices that support our well-being.
Speaking of making choices, we're heading back to a familiar, invigorating spot.
The Presidio Promenade Trail.
As we hike along, we visualize ourselves feeling energized and alive, our senses heightened as we take in the beauty of our surroundings.
It's a reminder that fasting can help us connect more deeply with our bodies and the world around us.
Now, for another unique visualization, we're back at
4 Point.
But this time we're noticing the strength and stability of the fort's construction.
It's a symbol of the inner strength and resilience we can build through fasting. All right, we're back at one of our favorite calming spots.
Baker Beach. As we walk along the shore, we notice the smooth, round stones that have been shaped by the ocean's tides.
They represent the gradual, transformative changes that fasting can bring to our bodies and minds. It's a reminder that patience and consistency are key.
Now we're heading back to a place that symbolizes letting go and embracing change.
The Sutra Baths.
As we explore the ruins, we see how nature has reclaimed the space, transforming it into something beautiful and unique.
It's like a metaphor for our own journey with fasting.
Exactly. Fasting can help us reconnect with our natural rhythms and embrace the transformative power of change.
And now we're back at a spot that evokes a sense of clarity and expansiveness.
Land's End. Gazing out at the vast horizon, we feel a sense of spaciousness and clarity. It's like our minds are expanding along with the view.
It's a beautiful reminder that fasting can bring mental clarity, perspective, and a deeper connection to our inner wisdom.
And now, for a final dose of grounding energy, we're back at
Ocean Beach.
As we walk along the shore, we feel grounded and centered, our feet firmly planted in the sand.
It's a reminder that fasting can bring stability and balance to our lives. Okay, we've now revisited all 50 locations in our San Francisco Memory Palace.
And with each stop, we've reinforced the connections between those locations and the key concepts from Fast Like a Girl.
As you continue to drift off to sleep, imagine yourself walking through this memory palace again and again.
Each time you revisit a location, the images will become clearer, the connections stronger, and the information more deeply embedded in your mind.
And when you wake up, you might even try sketching or writing down your memory palace journey to further solidify the information. And as we drift off to sleep tonight, we can continue to strengthen those connections.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're back on the bus, ready for another mental tour of our San Francisco Memory Palace.
And this time, as we revisit each location, it's almost as if those images are becoming even more vivid. The connections between the locations and the concepts are getting stronger.
Yeah.
It's like we're really building a solid foundation of knowledge here.
I like that, a solid foundation. All right, so first stop, location number 1, Fisherman's Wharf. What do we see?
We see that giant plate of fried food still overflowing with those unhealthy oils. But the sea lions are having none of it. They're still demanding those healthy fats.
The avocados, olives, the wild-caught
And while
salmon.
they know that those bad oils can disrupt their hormonal balance.
Exactly, and it's a great reminder for us too. Especially as women, we need to be mindful of the types of fats we're consuming.
Okay, next up, we're heading to location number 2, the Civic Center. What's happening there?
Remember that conference filled with those energized women? They're all in their power phase, and they're embracing the benefits of intermittent fasting.
Yes, like they instinctively know this is the optimal time to harness the power of fasting.
Exactly, and it's a great reminder that our bodies respond differently to fasting depending on where we are in our cycle.
Okay, let's keep moving. Next stop, location number 3, the Golden Gate Bridge.
And remember, this time, those mathed steel beams are actually made of
Lean muscle. You got it. It's a powerful symbol of the importance of protein for building and maintaining muscle mass.
strong bridge, strong body.
Exactly.
Now I can feel those blood sugar spikes coming on because our bus is winding its way down.
Lombard Street.
Oh,
And with each sharp turn, we're reminded of those sugary temptations. The processed foods, the refined sugars that can send our blood sugar levels on that roller coaster ride.
so we're steering clear of those temptations and choosing foods that keep us stable and energized.
Absolutely.
Okay, our next stop is location number 5, the Palace of Fine Arts.
And as we step off the bus, we're not admiring the architecture this time. We're zooming in on the single glowing cell undergoing autophagy.
Right, it's a beautiful image of cellular rejuvenation. A reminder that fasting can help our bodies clear out the debris and function more efficiently.
And speaking of efficiency, let's head to location number 6, North Beach. Remember that charming bookstore we found, the Microbiome Whisperer?
Yes, with those shelves overflowing with colorful fruits and vegetables and jars of fermented goodness.
All those foods that Dr. Pelz recommends for nourishing our gut microbiome.
Our inner garden.
Exactly. And speaking of gardens, our next stop takes us to
Union Square.
where we're surrounded by a diverse crowd of people, just like the diversity of bacteria in a healthy gut microbiome.
Right, a reminder that variety is key for a thriving gut.
And speaking of variety, let's head to location number 8, Chinatown.
Where our senses are tantalized by the aromas of those delicious spices. Cloves, turmeric, ginger, cinnamon.
All those polyphenol-rich spices that Dr. Pelz encourages us to incorporate into our diets.
Okay, next up we're back at Pier 39, location number 9.
And those sea lions are still balancing those balls on their noses, just like we need to balance our hormones.
It's a playful image, but it carries a powerful message.
It does, and Dr. Pelz provides us with so many tools and strategies to achieve that balance.
Now let's enjoy a moment of peace and tranquility as we head to location number 10.
The Japanese tea garden.
Ah, yes. As we sip that calming chamomile tea, we can almost feel the soothing effects of progesterone.
Exactly, and it's a good reminder to be gentle with ourselves in the days leading up to our period, avoiding those longer fasts to support our progesterone levels.
And speaking of our cycles, our next stop takes us to
Alamo Square.
where those charming painted ladies, each with its unique color and style, remind us of the different phases of our menstrual cycle.
And Dr. Pelz encourages us to embrace each phase, honoring our body's natural rhythms.
Okay, our bus is taking us to a place where we can really feel that sense of individuality and freedom,
Haight-Ashbury.
the heart of counterculture.
It's a reminder that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to fasting. We have the freedom to choose what works best for us.
Right, and speaking of choosing what works best for us, we're heading to a place where we can connect with nature and recharge.
Golden Gate Park.
Remember that hidden grove where women are practicing yoga and deep breathing?
It's a reminder to prioritize stress management and mindfulness, especially when it comes to our hormonal health.
And speaking of hormonal health, let's head back to the California Academy of Sciences.
This time, we're diving even deeper into the science behind fasting, exploring those fascinating processes that happen at a cellular level.
It's empowering to understand the science behind what we're doing.
It is, and Dr. Pelz does such a great job of explaining it in a way that's both informative and accessible.
Now let's immerse ourselves in the beauty and creativity of location number 15,
The Day Young Museum.
where we encounter that stunning tapestry depicting a woman's body with all its intricate details and hormonal rhythms.
It's a reminder to appreciate the complexity and beauty of our bodies.
And as we move on to location number 16, the Legion of Honor, we're struck by a sense of strength and resilience.
Remember that majestic sculpture of a woman radiating inner peace. It's a symbol of the empowerment that comes from understanding and embracing our female physiology.
And Dr. Pills emphasizes that fasting is not about deprivation, but about harnessing our body's natural ability to heal and thrive.
Exactly. And now let's enjoy those breathtaking views as we head back to
The Presidio Promenade Trail.
And as we hike along the trail, we feel that same sense of energy and mental clarity that often accompanies a fasted state.
It's like our senses are heightened, and we're more in tune with our surroundings.
And speaking of getting in tune, let's head back to
Fort Point.
where those dark tunnels remind us of our body's detoxification pathways. Fasting can support those natural cleansing processes, helping us eliminate toxins and feel our best.
Now we're back at Baker Beach, location number 19.
And we're collecting those smooth, colorful stones, each one representing a healthy habit we can incorporate into our lives.
Getting enough sleep, managing stress, staying hydrated, all those little things that contribute to our overall well-being.
Exactly, and Dr. Pelz encourages us to take a holistic approach to health, integrating those healthy habits into our fasting lifestyle.
Okay, our next stop is the Sutro Baths, location number 20. Those evocative ruins that symbolize change and transformation.
And as we explore the space, we notice how nature has reclaimed it. It's a reminder that even in the face of challenges, we have the ability to heal, grow, and thrive.
And fasting can support that process.
It can, and now let's head to a place where we can really feel that sense of possibility and expansion.
Lands and location number 21.
Standing at the edge of the continent with that vast ocean before us, we feel a sense of limitless potential.
It's a beautiful reminder that anything is possible.
And speaking of powerful forces, let's head back to
Ocean Beach.
where those crashing waves symbolize the release of any negative thoughts or limiting beliefs that might be holding us back.
It's a cleansing image, a reminder to let go of what no longer serves us.
And as we come to the end of our mental journey through our San Francisco memory talus, I hope you feel a sense of empowerment and a deeper connection to your incredible body.
Me too. It's amazing how this technique can help us absorb and retain so much information.
It really is.
And as you continue to drift off to sleep, imagine yourself walking through this memory palace again and again.
Let those images and associations become even more vivid, strengthening those neural connections.
And when you wake up tomorrow, you might even try sketching or writing down your memory palace journey to further solidify the information.
That's a great idea.
Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams.